The boring answer is I auditioned. I showed up at an audition, and they had given us, I think, some basic sort of like visuals of what the character looked like, and then we're just describing these age ranges that they wanted us to try to audition with, and that really was the process. I don't think the character was even named at that point. I knew they wanted it Italian. I don't think that at that time I was really masterful, not that I am now, with the Italian accent, but it was just an audition. Well, I guess the process was this is an interesting thing because there were so many people involved in this. From a dialogue perspective, what would people at that time in Renaissance era Italy have spoken like? How would they speak Italian? What way do we want when we're speaking English to have that sort of like translate? So there was a lot of like input and a lot of playing around, and that was, I think, beneficial because it helped me find and sort of develop the character kind of on the fly. Because I didn't just walk in and go like, here's your Ezio, this is young Ezio, this is, and it wasn't that. It was like, how young do we want some texture? Like, is it high pitched? Is he younger? You know, like all these things that we play around with just to kind of come up with a vocal print, which is very funny because when I do the voice now, like if somebody wants to hear it just on the fly, I'm always like nervous. Inhabiting that mind space, inhabiting that character when you work on it so diligently with so many people is how you kind of lock in. It was a collaborative effort, it always is. It's a director, it's the writers, it's everybody involved to kind of say, yeah, we think this works, or this sounds good, or we like this approach. But yeah, it was a drawn out process. I guarantee you probably the first 2 or 3 sessions were probably just playing around trying to find what works, what sounds good. And in the end, I call it Italia Spanglinish, because it's a blend of Italian in certain ways that we honor certain consonants being tapped, and then uncontracting English words, and then taking Spanish to add a little bit of that romance and that romantic element to him. And so I always just say it's like Italia Spanglinish is the official accent. You know what, I don't know. I mean, a lot of this, when it comes to like developing a character, is you're given the script, you work on it, and inevitably there's times where maybe a line is just something that sort of like violates what you understand to be the character, and so maybe I would push back, especially once 2 came out and suddenly it was like we got a hit, and then all of a sudden it was like you're going right back in and we're gonna do this version of this thing now that's called Brotherhood, and it's like wow. I guarantee you there would have been times where I would have thought, well, I don't know that he would say it like that, right? Like maybe it would be this, but there's not a lot from like a character development standpoint that I would want to weigh in on, because I usually don't have the entirety of the story or where they need this to go or how it's going to work. But I would just stay true to like what I feel they're asking for or trying to get achieved or accomplished with a character. But no, I wasn't sitting there saying like, you know what I think we should do? There'd be maybe an element where I might push back, but I don't think that I was out there pushing forward.